Hi everyone, this is Ruhi. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to be seeing a video of creating a very easy Desi Glam or a good newlywed bridal makeup look, or you can carry this with any traditional outfit that you have in your wardrobe. If you want to see how I created this look and how easy it was for me to create this look and even how easy it's going to be for you after you watch this video, please keep on watching and let's see the entire tutorial super soon. First, we're going to begin with some moisturizer for eyes because moisturizing is very important before you start makeup. And like our skin, even our eyelids get dried up or get oily, and it's very necessary for moisturization of them so that the makeup stays intact. And we get a good base for concealer as well. I'm going to start with eyes first, and for base I'm going to be using concealer. It's Maybelline Fit Me concealer in the shade light because this is the lightest concealer I have, and you really need a light colored concealer so that your eyeshadow pops up a little more. And I'm going to be using this thick brush, thick and kind of small buffing brush kind of a brush. This is by PAC Cosmetics. I'm going to be using to buff this concealer on my eyelids, and because I really like to use buffing brushes for blending concealer, at least because it feels like it does not absorb more products and I get the maximum amount of products on my eyelids. I'm going to set the concealer that I applied on my eyelids with loose powder. For loose powder, I'm going to be using Maybelline Fit Me loose powder in the shade medium. It's kind of a little bit dark for me, but okay for setting for now. But if I apply it on the face, it's a little bit dark. The shade light to medium would be perfect for my skin tone. Today we are going to be creating a very basic natural look that would go with any dress, any occasion, and especially for the newlyweds. I'm going to be using Sugar Blend the Rules eyeshadow palette 02 Warrior. This is my first impression with this palette. I recently purchased this and I'm going to be trying this for the first time. Let's see how this goes. So I'm going to be using this pencil brush by Pro Art PE29, and I'll take this shade from the palette first, the medium brown shade from the palette here. I'll take it a little bit in the pencil brush and just build my crease, Building crease is very important because that is basically the guideline to create the entire eye makeup of yours. So it's very important that you create your crease right. And I'm going to be darkening the shades a little more. Now I'm going to wipe off the same brush with a tissue or kitchen towel or whatever you have. Just wipe off the color gently and then just blend the edges of the eyeshadow or the crease that you have just created, just the edges, so it just looks seamless and blended into the skin. This palette is really good. I mean, I can see that for an Indian palette and blending is this good. I mean, it's really good. I really like the pigmentation and the way it's blending into my skin. Now I'm going to be taking this peachy yellow shade from the palette here, and I'll take the same brush and blend the last shade that I have applied for a transition effect. Now the shadow here is blended, and I'm going to take the black shade from the palette here, and I'll be using Nykaa E008 brush. This is also a blending brush, very thick and very nice blending brush. I'm just going to tap the black a little bit just to darken the outer V and my crease area, because you need to create that depth in your eye so that it looks good, and you just have to blend it to half of your crease and inside. Like, just don't go with the black totally inside, just let it stay till the 3/4 of your crease. but just make the blending seamless so it looks like the black is not stuck somewhere in between and is totally blended. Now I'm going to be taking this olive gold shade from my palette and I'm going to be applying it towards the outer V and to the center of the lids and not very inner corner kind of thing. And I'm using my fingers because fingers apply the best shimmer and it's very difficult to pick it up with a brush and put a setting spray on the brush and all. So just stick to the center of eyelids and not go very towards the inner corner and all. So we'll do it like we'll put it like it's blended with the outer V because this is a very dark kind of shimmer. And I love the shimmer, it's so beautiful. I mean, it's a very bronzy shimmer kind of, and I love this shade. Now that we are done with the center part of our lids, I'm going to use the rustic gold shade from the palette, which is a golden shade, which is a typical golden shimmer. I really do not like much of golden shimmer kind of stuff, so that is why I just sticked it to the inner corners and not my complete eyes. And I'm going to apply it with my fingers same way and blend it with the olive gold shade from the palette. Now at this point we are going to be applying eyeliner. For eyeliner I'm going to be using Sugar Gloss Burst for our eyeliner. This is one of my most favorite eyeliners. It's a little bit glossy finish, but it stays for a really long time and it's very easy to take off this eyeliner. Even though it's very long lasting, it's very easy to take it off. So I just love this one. I'm not going to be very dramatic in creating a wing and all. I'll just stick to a thin eyeliner, and before it gets dry down I'll just blend the edges of the eyeliner with my eyeshadow so it looks seamless. If you can do something like this, and it's very good because your eye makeup is going to look flawless and seamless. If not, then also it's fine. Repeating the same step on the other eye. Now that is basically not much fallout, but still I'll just wipe off my face in case, so we can prep our base perfectly without any colors lying around. Now I'm going to apply some moisturizer on my face. For moisturizer I'm going to be using Belief Aqua Bomb moisturizer. I have recently purchased this one and I'm totally in love with this moisturizer because of the hydration and because of the dewy finish that it gives to my skin. I have also reviewed this moisturizer in my channel. You can check it out if you want to know the detailed version of this moisturizer. Now we are going to be applying primer. For primer I'm using Nykaa Prep Me Up primer. I love this primer. Just take a little bit. I'm just taking this little because taking a lot of primer just makes my skin feel very smooth than it's required. So little is enough. I'm also going to apply a little bit of primer for my under eyes, so my under eyes does not crease as such and the application is very smooth. Now I'm going to be applying a little bit of orange corrector for my under eyes because I have got a little bit of dark circles in my eyes, under eyes, and I'm using LA Girl Pro Conceal orange corrector. I love this orange corrector because it's very pigmented and it's really good. Now I'm going to be using the same buffing brush that I used to blend my concealer on my eyelids, and I'm going to just buff off this orange corrector as well. Now I'm going to be using this concealer by Maybelline Fit Me concealer in the shade Cafe, and this is a very dark concealer, so I'll just use a little bit of this one and mix with my skin shade of concealer, because we need 2 shades darker concealer to cover the the correctors that I have applied. Now I'm going to be using this Maybelline Fit Me concealer in the shade medium, little bit of this one as well to cover all of this, and I'm going to be using the same buffing brush to blend it all. Now I'm going to be using foundation. For foundation, I'm going to be using Maybelline Fit Me Matte Plus Poreless Foundation in the shade 228 Soft Tan. I'll just take 1 pump of this foundation and dot it on my face and blend it with a blender. For blender, I'm going to be using Atul Chauhan's Beauty Blender. I have reviewed this blender in detail on my channel. You can go check it out how wonderful this has been throughout, and I love this blender. Now I'm going to be using Maybelline Fit Me concealer in the shade medium for my under eyes to make it even with my face, and we're going to be blending it with the blender. Now I have a serious problem of under eyes creasing, so like any other people, and so I'll be just blending my under eye one for now and use this loose powder by Maybelline Fit Me in the shade medium. Take a fluffy blending brush and dab it. By the way, this blending brush is by PAC Cosmetics, and dab the powder. Now I'm going to be using white kajal for my lower lash line because my eyes are a little small and I do not want to make them more smaller by using a black kajal. So I'm going to be using a white kohl. This is by Bella Voste in the shade Snowbell. Now we're going to be doing contouring. A little, but not much, because this is a newlyweds makeup and we do not want to make it a lot of contour and chiseled face kind of. We really want to make it like look sweet and beautiful. I'm using Lakara brush in number F003 and I'm going to be using Sugar Contour D4's mini bronzer in the shade Taupe. I love this contour powder, so I'm just going to be tapping it a little bit just for the bronzed up effect and not the chiseled face kind of thing. Just a little bit here as well, and a little on the nose because I really like my nose contoured. I think it just, elevates your beauty instantly. A little on the jawline, just a little bit, in case you have a little bit of double chin like me. Now we're going to be applying some blush. You see, blush is very important. If you're a newlywed and you want to look girly and pretty and beautiful, you need a lot of blush because you need that pinky flush on your cheeks. I'm using K-Beauty blush in the shade Deep Plum. I've been in love with this blush since a long time since I have had it. So we're going to apply, start it from here. The brush I'm using is by PAC Cosmetics. I really don't know what do they call this brush. This is a fluffy and thick kind of brush. Now before we move on to highlighter, I'm going to do my lower lash line. I'm not going to leave it like that. I'm going to use the same black shade from the palette, and I'll use a thick blending brush kind of brush from PAC Cosmetics. This is how the brush looks like, and I'll just take a little bit of black, tap it and stamp it on my lower lash line. Now we're going to be taking this pencil brush that we used before and take the medium brown shade from the palette that we used on the crease and blend the black. Now it's time for highlighter. I'm going to be using Maybelline Master Chrome highlighter in the shade Molten Gold. I have had this highlighter since a really long time, and I love this highlighter. This is a fluffy blending brush by PAC and a large blending brush. I like to use this to apply my highlighter because I feel this applies better and in a very seamless way, and you can blend the highlighter along with application. We're going to highlight inner corner of eyes, and I really like to use my fingers for highlighting inner corners. Meanwhile, I have forgotten to do my brows, so let's get done with brows first. I'm going to be using Sugar Arc Arrival 3-in-1 brow shaper in the shade Cherry Brown. I love this brow shaper. I have reviewed this brow shaper on my channel. You can check it out if you want. We're going to be using this. I'll just start with the pencil part of this brow shaper to build strokes. Now we're going to blend the products with the spoolie. There is another end that gets powders, so I'm going to take that sponge part and just dab the powder part for the eyebrows to fill the rest of the part which did not get filled. Now I'm going to be using the pencil brush by Pro Art again to highlight my brow bone. I like to use this brush to highlight my brow bone. It blends and applies seamlessly. I applied lashes off camera, and I'm going to be using this mascara by Smashbox Superfan Mascara. I love this mascara. I think this is the one mascara that I have found which genuinely separates your lashes and gives you that lift. I'm going to use that a little bit to just merge my natural lashes with my falsies. I also use this mascara for my lower lash line always because it gets very easy to apply it like that, because the wand of this mascara is very small and it gives me precision. We have reached to the final step, my favorite part, applying lipstick, because this is a video for newlyweds. So I'm going to be using my favorite red lipstick and the cult favorite red lipstick, one of the best sellers of the world, MAC Ruby Woo. So yeah guys, that was my final look on makeup, easy makeup look for newlyweds or married people or married women, or even festive makeup for girls. I hope you liked it. If you did, please give my video a big fat thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more such content, because I'm going to be coming up with lots of makeup looks, lots of hair care and makeup and skincare review videos that you don't want to miss. And also hit the bell icon under this video so you get notified first when I upload a video on my channel. I'm going to see you soon in my next video. Bye bye.